time for another build breakdown. Today, we're tackling everything inside this box. Now, what's inside this box, you might be asking? Random parts, actually not random, just a bunch of parts to one specific thing. This is the all-wheel drive transfer case pump that I showed off in the first or second video I've ever posted. This is the hydraulic pump that will clamp the clutches inside the transfer case together, giving us all-wheel drive. And I took it apart to clean it, and now we have to put it back together. The build is gonna start getting to a point where we're just doing a bunch of little random stuff while the front end is being designed, while we start adding some structural stuff and then cutting stuff to get the engine to fit. While that big progress is going on, we're gonna be doing all these other little things, and this is gonna be one of them, so that when the time comes that we need this pump, it's already built, we don't have to worry about it. Now, I don't even know how this goes together. Technically, I have a good idea because I'm the one that took it apart, but it's been a few months. So I'm just gonna set up a time lapse and just figure it out, probably looking at a bunch of pictures on Google, and hopefully when I put it all back together, we'll hook it up to a power supply and hopefully it works. That actually went a lot smoother than I was expecting it to. I was expecting to forget how to put this thing together, but it really wasn't too bad. It was just putting the motor back on, which was 4 bolts, putting this little reservoir on, which is 4 bolts. The flow solenoid, it just controls how much pressure goes to the transfer case. That was 2 bolts and then a pressure switch to stop it from over-pressurizing. Only thing left to do is to hook it up to a power supply and make sure it still works. I have no idea if there's fluid gonna come out of here, so I put some rags on it. Also, real quick, just to explain how this thing works, you basically just power the pump. In here is 4 pins. 2 of them are for the pressure solenoid, so it's an in and an out for like a ground or something like that, which you would run to a relay that powers this, so that when it hits a certain pressure, it'll shut the power off to this. And then the other 2 pins are for the solenoid, which you would normally use with like a PWM controller to modulate it and send a certain amount of pressure to the transfer case. For us, we're just gonna be on or off for now. We might do that stuff in the future, but we will definitely create a whole wiring harness for this in the future. But just for anyone interested and confused how this thing works, that's how it works. So hit this button real quick. It's not gonna spin super fast, but it'll make a noise and we'll know if it works. Pretty anticlimactic, to be honest. It just made a noise of the motor spinning, or it's probably actually the noise of the pump inside of there. I didn't want to run it for too long, just in case the pump is probably supposed to be lubricated with the fluid moving through there, so I don't want to mess up the pump. Probably not going to end up being a long video, but just for those people who like these videos and just want to see everything, I'm doing my best to show every step of the way. Other than that, I'll see you guys in the next build breakdown.